Chemical safety. Classification of chemical accidents, occurrence of chemical accidents, types of chemical intake, list of hazardous chemicals, effects of chemicals in human body, labeling procedures and requirements, emergency procedures, training, MSDS. Classification of chemical accidents. Chemical accidents can be classified into two types: spillage, leakage. Occurrence of chemical accidents. Chemical accidents may occur during handling, storage, transportation. Types of chemical intake: injection, inhalation, swallowing, skin contact. Hazardous chemicals: ammonia, argon, chlorine, hydrogen sulfide, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, hydrochloric acid, carbon monoxide, methyl isocyanate, toluene. Effects of chemicals in human body. Chemical effects in human body differ from the way they enter. Generally, effects will be quicker if it enters through lungs. The exact information regarding chemical effects can be found detail in MSDS. Labeling of chemicals. Several types of chemicals are used in industries, such as 1. Flammable, 2. Corrosive, and 3. Toxic chemicals. It has to be clearly identified by proper labeling. Properly label all chemicals in full English name. Don't include any chemical symbols or structures. Always include emergency planning and preparedness. Include physical, chemical, and reactivity hazards associated with chemicals. Include safe handling procedures. PPEs required to handle the chemicals. Emergency procedures for chemicals. 1. Evacuate. 2. First aid. 3. Isolate. 4. Report. 5. Secure. 6. Response. Evacuate. As you leave an area involved in a chemical spill, assist people exiting the area. Never enter a chemical spill area, where you may place your health in risk. Call for assistance. 1. Evacuate personnel from the spill area. 2. Shut off equipment as you leave the area. 3. Direct personnel to nearest fire exit. Do not use elevators. 4. Attend to victims. 5. Alert neighboring laboratories. Do not go back into an area where a chemical spill has occurred. Untrained rescuers not wearing proper protective equipment have been overcome by toxic or asphyxiating fumes trying to rescue other victims and died as a result. First aid. Remove victims from spill area to fresh air, but do not endanger your own life by entering areas with toxic gases. Immediately remove contaminated clothing. Flush skin or eyes with running water for 15 minutes. Get medical attention for victims. Isolate area. Open windows. If possible, without exposing yourself to fumes. If vapors or gases are in room that is not vented to outside of building, close off room. Report for spills that involve injury requiring medical treatment, for spills that involve fire or explosion hazards. For spills which are potentially life-threatening. For all chemical spills after work hours. Secure, lock doors leading to the chemical spill, and post signs on doors warning of the spill. Post staff by commonly used entrances to the spill site, so they can warn people to use other routes. For large outdoor chemical spills, keep people crosswind from the site. Response: you may have to clean up low hazardous spills for which you have proper training and proper protective equipment. Training. Training on chemical safety must be targeted to first responders, emergency response team members, firefighters, and incident controller. Training must include how to read the MSDS, what to do, and what not to do in case of chemical emergency. Activation of emergency response plan. Evacuation and rescue operation. Rehabilitation. Exposure limit. Exposure limit for humans can be explained by following terms. 1. AEL, annual exposure limit, or PEL, permissible exposure limit. 2. TLV, threshold limit value. 3. TWA, time weighted average. 4. STEL, short time exposure limit. 5. C, ceiling limit. 6. LC50, lethal concentration 50. 7. LD50, lethal dosage 50. TLV. The TLV for chemical substances is defined as a concentration in air, typically for inhalation or skin exposure. Its units are in parts per million, ppm, for gases, and in milligrams per cubic meter, milligram m cubed, for particulates such as dust, smoke and mist. TWA, average exposure on the basis of a 8H day, 40H week work schedule. STEL, spot exposure for a duration of 15 minutes, that cannot be repeated more than 4 times per day. C, absolute exposure limit that should not be exceeded at any time. LC50 and LD50. LC stands for lethal concentration. LC50 is the concentration of the chemical in air that kills 50% of the test animals in a given time, usually 4 hours, is the LC50 value. LD stands for lethal dose. LD50 is the amount of a material, given all at once, which causes the death of 50%, 1/2, of a group of test animals. Nitrogen purging. Nitrogen purging is an industry standard technique for the replacement of a hazardous or undesirable atmosphere with an inert dry atmosphere. Scrubber. Scrubber systems are a diverse group of air pollution control devices that can be used to remove some particulates and/or gases from industrial exhaust streams. In case of spillage, MSDS, Material Safety Data Sheet. A Material Safety Data Sheet, MSDS, is a form with data regarding the properties of a particular substance. MSDS. A MSDS will have chemical composition, physical properties, boiling point and freezing point, vapor density, pH value, auto-ignition temperature, LEL and UEL, fire diamond, hazard diamond, environmental data, handling and storage, firefighting measures, and first aid measures, emergency response during spillage and leakage. MSDS, hazard diamond. 1. Fire. 2. Health. 3. Reactivity. 4. Special purpose. Health hazard, blue section, denotes relative hazard to human life. 0. Normal material. 1. Slightly hazardous. 2. Hazardous. 3. Extreme danger. 4. Deadly. Flammability, red section, denotes flash point of material. 0. Will not burn. 1. Above 200 degrees Fahrenheit. 2. between 200 degrees Fahrenheit and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. 3. Between 100 degrees Fahrenheit and 74 degrees Fahrenheit. 4. Below 74 degrees Fahrenheit. MSDS, reactivity, yellow section, denotes volatility and severity of reactive quality. 0. Stable. 1. Unstable. If heated, 2. Violent chemical change. 3. Shock and heat may detonate. 4. May detonate. Other hazard information. White section, denotes symbol used to describe additional hazard warning. Oxidizer, OXY, acid, acid, corrosive, COR, use no water, radiation hazard. Sample MSDS.